Good day, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Prairie Banana. Live for another pTGC and UFO master course. And we got some stuff to talk about today. There's some excitement going on in the network. Bear with me. I'm trying to make this a habit of dropping in the YouTube link to this, in my Twitter post that goes out as soon as, it's so cool how all this tech works. As soon as I go live, it posts on YouTube or something like that. So bear with me while I get over here and get a link. Today's the 14th. Okay. All right. Let's get the link on my clipboard and put it on my Twitter. 2,693 followers on Twitter, guys. Follow me on Twitter. If you're not following me on Twitter, I would appreciate it if you would follow me on Twitter, because I want to broaden my influence. Okay. I will be perfectly honest. Like, I am on a mission. I'm on a mission, guys, to bring people into PulseChain and have them land in the Grace currencies. I'm not joking. It's like become my own personal mission. So I was telling my wife on my way into this, I'm now calling this my studio. This is my office, but it's more like a studio because I've been putting stuff on, like short videos up on Twitter, YouTube, and now TikTok. My goal is to continue to do that. Okay, guys. So let me get this reply, and then I got to go to this other account and repost it. We're going to try to boost the algorithm. I'm trying to get my YouTube channel monetized again. They took it away. It was revoked for some odd reason. I didn't do anything wrong, guys. It's just one of those weird things. Okay. You guys ever have weird things happen to you? Well, this is one of those weird things. So yeah, bear with me. I'm going to repost because this other account has like over, let's see. Let me get it posted and I'll tell you how many followers it has. So it's a good idea actually to repost it from this account. And that's the Gray's account. I'm going to quote post like a big boy, like I'm supposed to. When you've had kids, you use a language like that, like big boy and all that stuff. I still use it. My wife and I still say the funny little words that our kids would say. They'd mess it up. Like, he'd drive over a cattle guard. Our kid one time said cattle garden. So now we call them cattle gardens. That stuff. It's fun being a parent. If you're not a parent, then I hope God blesses you with children and you get to be a parent, because apparently it's fun. And when you become a dad, like something changes inside of you and your humor you get dad humor. Like, you've heard of dad jokes. It's for real. It is for real. All right. I got that posted. Well, that was fun. Now I got to get myself off this screen. Guys, I'm so unprepared. I literally, but I have an excuse this time. I literally, I had lunch with some friends of ours, and I managed to get home, let the dog out, come back in and shoot down here. So now I'm getting myself set up. So it's a race, man. It is a race. So bear with me. I'm going to get this set up. Oh, you guys don't want to see that. How's everybody doing? Tell me how you're doing. Oh, excuse me. Tell me how you're doing in the chat. You're doing good? I don't want to see any. I mean, if you're doing, I'm going to be concerned. So are you optimistic? Are you optimistic? Hi, Romeo. Hi, Alpha Voxer. I call you Alpha Voxer, but I see that that's wrong. It's Alpha Crossover. Alpha Crossover? Now that has me concerned. How am I supposed to say your name? How Alpha something. All of our handles are so weird, aren't they? Well, some of them are normal. It's just a thing. We doing good? Good. You're doing good. That's awesome. Let me get this sunk down. Man, I've got so much stuff, man. Guys, you would not even believe all the tabs. And some of my stuff disappeared. So I got to get my script going. We're going to look at the chart. I heard some things are happening over on eHex. I'm checking my phone, and I'm like, well, eHex is crushing it today. And I know I can't wait to go to Secreto Bank and see the volume. It's got to be, I'm guessing pTGC's volume is anywhere between 300 and 500,000. And I bet UFO is 200,000. But just give me a minute and we'll see if I'm right. I got to get my script and then my slide deck, and then we'll go to the charts. But, you know, and you guys can tell me if you know what the volume is. Secretobank.com. Here's my outline. Okay. Let me get this, and I got to drag it over here. You guys are familiar with the routine. Go live and then get set up. I know it's terrible, but hey, man, the way I look at it, I am a perfectionist, but sometimes perfection can get in the way of productivity. And I want to be, especially at this point in the cycle for PulseChain, I want to be productive. Even if I'm leaving some stuff behind, a few hiccups here and there, I'm moving forward, man, for the Grays currencies. Okay, I got that. Now I got to get my slide deck, and this will be the last thing. The last thing before PulseChain slides. Is that the right one? I'm not sure this is the right one that I want up here. Give me a second. It's the wrong one. I think it's the wrong one. Well, we'll find out when we get into it. I might have to. Give me a second, guys. I am so embarrassed. I have to download this from Canva. I'm sorry, guys. I've got to have this slide show, and I didn't realize that it got pushed down in my StreamYard, and so it kind of went away. So I'll just go to my slide decks in Canva, and I will download this. Give me a second. You guys are so patient. And you know this, if you're new and this is your opportunity to check your phones. We could all use a chance to check our phones, right? Yeah, I'm trying to talk and navigate Canva at the same time. That was the wrong file. Okay, give me a second. I am not the best at doing Canva, and I use it a lot, but I'm just not a pro at it. Yeah. Oh, come on, dude. I mean, I can see the file, the Grays AMA. Let's do this. So funny that I can't download it. All right. This is not fun. This is not fun. You guys are watching me fumble the ball live on YouTube, 10 minutes into stream. It's called a master course, and my slides are like, I cannot figure out how to download them from my Canva. This is terrible. I mean, I literally can see the file, apply all. Okay, if I do this, I think I can download this file. So I don't think that's going to work. I'm just going to have to jabberjaw today. I'm just going to have to talk. I'm not going to spend any more time on that. Thank you, Extra PulseX. I appreciate the sentiment. So this will be a learning experience. Okay. We're not going to do the slides. We're just going to talk, but we are absolutely going over to Deck Screener. Bitcoin. Look, everything's green. Guys, I got to get this up in front of you guys. Let me go through the chat first. Extra PulseX. You're here all the time, man. I appreciate you. Call me anything you want when the green candles hit, Prairie. Yeah, are we getting nice reflections? I bet we are. Hex is 29%. pTGC UFO is down for some reason. Alex, I am not dismayed. Yeah, in crypto, there's reflexivity. So something goes up and another thing goes down, and then this thing might come down and this thing goes up. You know, it get a little crazy. Thank you. I appreciate that, Alpha. I mean, Extra PulseX. All right, let's go. Let's look at this chart. Hex 29%. I gotta get those out of my pocket. Well, after stream, I'll ask ChatGPT, how do I download this file from Canva? This is so silly. I appreciate you guys' patience, though. Really. All right, guys, look at all this red. And here is this one little token, Hex, up 29%. If you guys are here last cycle, like I round tripped Hex, okay? I bought the top and I bought the top in 2021. And it's nice to see Hex pumping, man. Since the 14th of May, it hasn't been in this price range since the 14th of May. It's got to break through this, right? And that's 0.003. It's got to break through 3 cents, and that'll put it back. And then it's got to break through what? To get back where it was in February, almost 5 cents. So I'm going to tell you what, man, if we get through 5 cents, it was actually not 5 cents. I'm sorry. Almost five, half a penny. If we get up to 0.6 or 0.7 of a penny, look at this, guys. I mean, that's some resistance. Last time we were in that range, 1 penny was on 8th of March, 2024. So EHEX is flying. We are going to go through, if you're new, we're going to go through pTGC and UFO. We're going to walk through the DApp. We're going to talk about these tokens, and I'm just totally going to wing it without my slide deck. I've got, way more than a dozen slides to show you guys, and I will figure out how to get them back up, because I literally, let me try one more time to get slides from, oh, here it is. I just got to scroll down. Oh, okay, guys. I'm off the hook. Let me remove this slide deck. I just had to scroll down. That happens to me that happened to me earlier this week. I was like, all right, I was on TikTok. How does this work? I was like, I was screenshotting and putting in a ChatGPT, and it's like, scroll down, Mr. So-and-so. Like, okay, you got a good point there. There we go. All right. This will be better. The stream today will be better with slides. I was kind of looking forward to just winging it, though. I'll be honest. All right. So I'm not done looking at this chart. Who was it? Alex Knob. Hex is up 29%. pTGC and UFO is down for some reason. Yeah, they're down for some reason. I don't know what that reason is. But let's go look at them. I'm going to shrink this. I've really been using it in the big size recently a lot, but it doesn't need to be big. Yeah, pTGC. Is somebody selling pTGC right now? Do you guys know? There was somebody selling earlier last week. We're in a new week now. It's the ratio is 8.3 against WPLS. And how is UFO doing? I'm expecting UFO to fly at any minute. It was up just a little while ago, wasn't not? I guess it wasn't. It's just my imagination. What's going on with UFO? It is, well, in the last several days, in the last week, it's up 15%. What about pTGC in the last week? I don't think it's up 15% in the last week. What do you guys think? Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. Let's do a quick measurement. 3 and 4. Yeah, it's up 2%. See, UFO is primed to pump. I think UFO going to pump whenever it's go time for the grays. Alex, I don't, aside from what I said about the reflexivity of the marketplace, I don't have an explanation for why pTGC and UFO are not flying with PulseChain ain't flying. EHEX is flying. Pulse, look at Pulse. Let's have a look at Pulse. Pulse X is up, not even 0.1%. Pulse X. EHEX is flying. Inc is up 3%. Where's Pulse? Oh, I gotta scroll all the way up there. Pulse is up not even 0.5%, guys. So I think everybody needs to take a chill pill. Calm down. I'm not being unkind. I'm running my mouth a little bit, and I probably shouldn't do that. I think everybody needs to relax and have, and I think we need to lengthen our time frames and minimize our expectations, and just that's okay. And I'm talking to myself. Extend my time horizon, lower my expectations, and breathe, and everything's going to shake out just fine. I am so pumped for this, for what's coming in the next 6 to 9 months. Good evening, David. Good evening. Good evening. You have a new profile picture. And by the way, guys, I am working on, actually have it. Is it in secretobank.com? In Secreto Bank, you guys know the profile pictures, that the gold ring, because we're all in the gold ring army. Many of us are. I got a new, I upgraded it. I upgraded it. Let me see if it's in secretobank.com, because I need one for myself. I really, truly need it for myself. Oh man, it was 140,000. Give me a second, guys. I remember that. Oh, it's there, guys. It's Snowflake updated it. Here you go. Go get them. Look at the old ones. Look, this dude did it. Look at the difference, guys. I got a hold of a one of those guys that does art, digital art, and I literally paid him just a little bit. I haven't even paid him yet, but he's still doing some other work for me, and he's a graphic artist. And look at the difference between the old one and the new one. So the bummer is, all of us, if you want the new one that says the grays, pTGC and UFO, with the black lettering that makes it all, and it's a bigger font too. If you guys want it, you gotta go to secretobank.com and go through the hoop. All right. But I'm going to do it. I am literally going to do it probably right after this stream. Thank you, Snowflake, for updating that. If you're watching, dude, I tip my hat to you. I appreciate that. And Snowflake did it for us. Well, he's the one that put it in Secreto Bank. I was like, can you update this? He's like, I'm happy to. Yeah, man. David, you can go update your profile picture now. And I hope it looks better. The one on my Twitter is horrible, but follow me on Twitter. That's not my Twitter. Here, let me drop in my Twitter. I am stacking up Twitter followers like a madman, and for good reason. I'm up over 150 followers on X in the last week, and like I said, I want to broaden my reach for PulseChain. I feel like I'm just jabbing. I feel like I'm working for two different founders now. Now, I've been working for Hayden. I still work for Hayden, but now I'm also working for Richard Hart. Bringing those people into PulseChain with short videos. And what I want you guys to do is watch those videos from beginning to end. They're only 30 seconds. Make a comment, like it, maybe pass it around. Follow me, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on TikTok. I'll be posting stuff in my personal chat, which you guys are all invited to. It's a private chat. Oops, that's not it. Jump into my private chat, and I will be posting all that stuff in there. And then, just boost the algorithm. When you watch the videos and forward them and comment and like and all that stuff, it boosts the algorithm. It's getting those videos in front of more people. And that's the goal, to get in front of more people. And I'm literally showing these people an image of the marketing piece that they're getting in the mail. And so when they're cruising, through these short videos, and they come across this one that has a device that they recognize, they're going to click on it. And here's the prairie banana saying, come on over to PulseChain. Okay. That's the idea. And these things are hitting mailboxes right now. And they might be hitting mailboxes for another 6 to 12 months. I don't know how long I'll be doing this, but I intend to intercept these people, and not just because they got an invitation from Richard to come to PulseChain. They're going to get another one on YouTube from Prairie Banana. He's going to be like, come on over, guys. This is real. So there's my Telegram. If you want to join it, if you would join it, come on over. Love to have you in there. And look, at the last 5 digits of that right. How do you do this? Look at those. I can't get my finger right there, but what's that say? I'm still not over that. I discovered that the other day and I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? I start a YouTube, a Telegram channel, private Telegram channel to onboard people in specifically. Well, that's the ulterior motive to get people into pTGC and UFO. And the last 5 says, huh? I put it in ChatGPT. I says, what are the odds of this being a completely random happenstance occurrence? And ChatGPT says, oh, well, it's about 1.07 billion chance to 1 that you got the last 5. And if you're listening to this, the last 5 of the Telegram I set up is 1 NDEX index. What is pTGC and UFO famous for? Being index tokens. They are the index tokens of the Pulse network. So there might be something special happening there. I don't know. Complete guess. Could be just a random accident. 1.07 billion accident? No, my foot. Let me get this out of my pocket. I got stuff in my pockets. What do you guys think is going to happen over the next month? Tell me in the chat. Like, what do you think that Pulse is going? When are we going to go over SAC price? When do you think we're going over SAC price? Just give me any kind of date, range, anything. When do you guys think we're going over SAC price? All right. We did look at pTGC. We looked at UFO. Let's move on. Is there any news? All right. There's one thing that I want to make sure that we go over. Oh, I'm going to tell you right now. If you have EHEX and UFO in an LP, I want you to, this is not financial advice. I would want myself to go look at PulseTGC.com and see how many UFO shares I have. Then I would go to PulseX.com, PulseX, whatever. Go to PulseX V2, connect your wallet, and see how much UFO is in your LP. If you have a UFO EHEX LP, and if you have more UFO in that pool than you have UFO shares, you can unpair that UFO EHEX LP and repair it and have more UFO shares. I walked a guy through this yesterday. He's like, hey, where did all my EHEX go? I was like, oh, of course. EHEX been running. That means everybody's buying your EHEX and depositing their UFO. And if you have, and it's your UFO that you deposit into that LP that determines how much shares you have. Your shares determine how much yield you get. So he unpaired and repaired for the price of gas. He increased his share rate by 10%. By 10%. So he will forever, as long as he holds that LP, be earning 10% more yield. 10%. I mean, it's not a 2X, but come on. Who wouldn't like to have a 10% pay raise? Okay. You guys have any idea when Pulse is going to go over SAC? I think this EHEX run is a foretaste of things to come. Oh, I am so eager to get my profile fixed. I got to stop looking at that. So does anybody answer this? Since you guys are being so quiet, does anybody have a UFO EHEX pair in LP? If you would answer me, and you don't got to dox your stuff, but you can just put 1. You can put a 1 in the chat if you want. Okay. But that ain't what you guys, well, it's what a bunch of you guys came here for. All right, let me tell you, we've been doing this presentation for, I don't know how many months, quite a while, maybe 6, 9 months, maybe. And I don't think it's been that long. But honestly, most of the people that are in here are the old guys. But I got to break away from the old guys and go to go through the course for the new guys. I'm watching cars drive by. Sorry. Good morning, MVS Crypto. Hope you're having a good day. I am having a good day, MVS Crypto. Drop your Twitter handle in the chat, please. Guys, go follow MVS Crypto. He does the PulseChain newsletter. It's probably coming out tomorrow. I think it comes out early in the week. Always make a comment on his newsletter, like it and repost it. It's the PulseChain newsletter, guys. He's got it. He's got a corner of the market. MVS does. And that newsletter, I'm going to tell you, it is important for keeping unity in the chain. And it's going to, I'm guessing, MVS, your newsletter is going to blow up this cycle. Going to blow up. So drop your handle in the chat at your earliest convenience, my friend. Okay. Adding to the stage, the Grays and RH cores. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that price performance of pTGC and UFO. My Twitter post, my pinned Twitter post is a challenge with a reward of 10 million PLS. If you can find me a token that has outperformed pTGC and meets these criteria. Outperformed in X's, pays APY, has no admin keys. That's a lot of tokens out there that don't have an admin keys. It's 1 year. It's got to be 1 year or older. In other words, it's got some age on it, and has $10 million in LP. So it's got a nice thick LP, 5 million of which has to be burned. If you can find me a token that has outperformed pTGC, 10 million pulse reward, 10 million PLS. And Hex Chris is correct. There is no other token. There is no other token. And so the point is, since there is no other token on a PulseChain, like maybe time, give me a contract link for that one. Because I looked, somebody brought Oink to me, and we killed that one real quick. And I think that's the only one that was brought to me was Oink. I'm going to look at time, but yeah. So I don't think there is one. If there is, I guess I'll be down 10 million PLS and I might want to get a position in that token, right? So it's just fun. But if you don't have a position in pTGC when it's outperforming everything on PulseChain, the thing of it is, what I'm thinking in my head is, if I'm in your shoes, I'm like, okay, well, it's outperformed. It's done 78,000x or whatever it is already. Can it really do another 10,000x or whatever x's is going to do? 1,000x, 510. Does it have that many left? Because if it does another 78,000x, that's like 156 million x, guys. Okay, this is crypto. Crypto does, strange things can happen in crypto. But if I'm in your shoes, I'm going to be a little like, you know what I'm saying? But it's crypto. Crazy things happen in crypto. And I firmly believe that pTGC can do another. I think it's done a 78,000x. If I'm not mistaken, it did a 78,000x. And I think it can do another one. I was doing math last week. Yeah, before I did that, one of the reasons I picked up 100 Twitter followers with this post. All right, you guys ready for some moon math? Hex Chris. I tell people pTGC is the gem on Pulse. You got it, man. I agree. And I can look at you guys straight in the eye, not blushing, not stammering. And I tell you, I like everything practically everything, hopefully everything I say that's exciting about pTGC. I firmly believe it. Do I get at least half that 10 million PLS for being correct? You haven't got me the contract address yet. We could talk about that after you get me the contract. All right. So moon math. All right. So we got mailers going out. I'm a marketing guy. We'll get back on topic in a minute. Maybe. Mailers are going in the mail. Let's say it's 10 million mail pieces. You guys probably saw my video from earlier this week, whatever. Let's do it again. 10 million mail pieces going out over the next 6 to maybe 12 months. I hear it could take a year to get all this stuff out. Like it's supposed to be like 50 shipping containers, the 40-foot size, 50 of them. Come on, man. This is massive. Do you guys have any idea what Richard Hart is up to? I don't think we have any idea. It has not hit us yet, the enormity of this marketing campaign. I'm here to tell you, it's big. Big. Okay, let's just say it's 10 million because that's a nice round number. And 2% of the people respond. I did a poll on Telegram. And I passed it around. I don't know how many responders I got, but it was 119 the day that I did it. And there's probably 150 now. And I screenshot it, put it in ChatGPT. What's the average? It was 24,000. And by the way, there was a category that was 100,000 or more, which I'm sure ChatGPT didn't factor into the average. 24,000. Okay, so let's reduce that by half to be modest, because honestly, everybody that's in crypto right now is the diehards, right? We're the ones that have been wearing our tires bald and wearing our shoes out to get everything into crypto that we possibly can for this bull run. So the results of that poll are a little bit skewed, wouldn't you say? But the question was, how much did you put into crypto in your first 6 months? The answer was an average of 24,000. And it was probably more, like I said, because one category was over 100,000. So we reduced it to 12,000. Okay, 2% response rate, meaning 2% of the recipients of this electronic device are like, I'm in. 2% put in $12,000. That is a $2.4 billion of buy pressure on PulseChain. Now, not factoring any sell pressure. Okay, this is only buy pressure. So you guys got to do your own maths on what you think the sell pressure would be. But we're not counting any organic growth, because when a guy like the Prairie Banana learns about PulseChain, he's going to onboard his friends and his family. That's what I did in Hex. And I'm onboarding people to PulseChain right now. Where was I? Okay, so $2.4 billion of buy pressure would send the price of, give me a second. I'm going from memory. You guys can look at my post and look at the video, but I'm pretty sure it would send Pulse to, was it $40? I think it was $40 every single Pulse token. And it was either that or 40 cents. But it would send pTGC to like, if you did a 5x factor, it sent pTGC to $143. So it was 143 divided by 5. So it was sending Pulse to like almost $30. And I'm like, how is that even possible? Well, I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. I just know that of all these devices, if we can get them in circulation, that's the potential. Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. You got it, Hex Chris. I think it's my first time seeing you, man. Are you going to give me that contract address? You must not be at a place where you can get it. That's fine. I want to look at it, though. Give me some time. I'm going to write this down because I want to look that one up. All right. All right. So isn't that a beautiful chart? I mean, that's Slade's chart. We're going to get it updated once pTGC goes beyond previous all-time highs. Okay. pTGC and UFO are index tokens of the best. You're driving. Okay. You get a pass. They're an index of the best tokens on the chain. And pTGC has a DAO, and it was scooping up cheap Hex, Inc, Pulse, and PulseX at the bottom of PulseChain. And it's still scooping them up today because we're still at the bottom, guys. It's up from here, boys and girls. So pTGC, they're an index of the best. You can buy pTGC and UFO, and by proxy, holding these two tokens, you hold Pulse, PulseX, Hex, and Inc, and many other tokens. And I can show you with not physical. Is it physical evidence when it's on the internet? I can show you with evidence that these tokens have outperformed Pulse, PulseX, Hex, and Inc, and I think all the other tokens that they're bonded with. That literally, guys, it's like these tokens are staring everyone in the eyes on PulseChain. It's like, why don't you not get a position in these tokens? Is it because they've done so many X's and you don't think they can do more? Are you not in crypto? I don't quite understand. I got to calm down. So they're an index, and here's my graphical representation of an index. And by the way, if you only got into one of these, pTGC or UFO, they're an index of the other one. Like their biggest bond is with each other. Let's have a look at Secreto Bank. Ooh, I want to look at the I want to look at the volume anyhow. So their biggest bond is with each other. Their second biggest bond is with Pulse, and then they're bonded with Hex, Pulse, Inc, all those other tokens and many others, especially pTGC. pTGC is bonded with a bunch. But let's have a look at Secreto Bank. Give me a second. Let's go. UFO's volume yesterday, it's 378,000. Yesterday on Spaces, it was 140,000. It's 378,000 right now, guys. And let's see what the volume is on the EHEX pair. Sort these by liquidity. Okay, hold up. Where's the EHEX? 6.5 thousand. Okay, that's really not that high. I expected it to be more. That's as high as it was yesterday. Okay. The pTGC volume is 35,000. The volume in the WPLS pair is 205,000. Okay. But anyhow, that's some really good volume right there, guys. Let's look at pTGC. Wait a second. Oh, I know what I did. Let's go to pTGC. Was that truly pTGC? Give me a second. Oh, I was looking at, sorry. This is pTGC. Yeah, I always keep pTGC on the right. So it was 140. It was 140,000 yesterday, and we just looked at this one. So I'm just kind of getting my head wrapped. I bet the pair, the EHEX pair for UFO is a lot more. Let's see how much volume we got on UFO, guys. Come on, man. Get it together, Prairie Banana. UFO, check volume. What is it today? 154,000? I expected more. But we got $44,000 in volume on that EHEX pair. Yeah, man. 154,000 in UFO, 378,000 for pTGC. Let's hear it for the Grays. Woo! And that's just a foretaste of things to come. That's just a foretaste. The volume on these tokens, it could go bananas, guys. And we're paid on volume. We get rewarded as holders of these tokens. They're called a reflection token. And if you just hold the tokens, you earn more of the tokens. It's pretty cool. And then you can do three things with pTGC. You can hold it, stake it, and lock it, which we're going to talk about. You can only do two. Don't listen to the only word. You can only do two with UFO. You can hold it, and you can provide LP with the RH tickers, and we're going to talk about that. But this is only a foretaste of things to come. What's the volume on PulseChain today? Is it like, I'm guessing it's maybe 25 million? Is it 20? Who can look up the volume on PulseChain? Honestly, I have a hard time with my browser. On the WPLS, I would say, well, I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to try to find, I was trying to do this in Spaces yesterday. Oddly, it brings me to another website. It's so weird. I can't do it, guys. I'm not going to try to do it on. I bet the volume on PulseChain is not very high right now. And why does that matter? Because I'm expecting it to go much higher. Thank you, Hex Chris. I'm going to copy that if I can. How come I can't copy it? All right, I'm going to look it up. Give me a second, guys. It's called Time. I'm going to get it into my watch list before I forget about it. It's a time dividend, WPLS. I think I've seen. Oh, that's going to be. I don't see it. Is it? Let me show my screen. Hex Chris, is it this one? This one right here? Let me know if you would, because I don't recognize that contract address. Let me double check in here. Yeah, it's not time. The time that I'm looking at ends in 3F58. So if you could let me know, I'm interested in putting that into a watch list and actually looking at it too. Because but nobody has brought that one to me. It's the post, just so you know, it's pinned on my Twitter. So you can actually comment on it too with that. But anyhow, let's go. Let's move on. We looked at Secreto Bank, but I'm serious, Chris. Get that over to me if you would. But not while you're driving. What's the difference between pTGC and UFO? You know, I've heard about these tokens. I was told by a buddy of mine to get a JIC bag, a just-in-case bag. Yeah, clear my throat. I was told to get a JIC bag of pTGC because my buddy's like so bullish on pTGC, and he's like, dude, where's your brain? Get you a bag is internet. No, time is internet money wallets token. That's what I thought. Yeah, man. Okay. It distributes to holders. Well, that's cool. I'm getting distracted. Another kid word. I was told to get a JIC bag. JIC bag is 1 million tokens. It's $400 right now. $400 gets you a JIC bag, just in case. Just in case that influencer that told me that pTGC was no good and going down with the ship. The JIC bag is just in case. Everybody got $400 laying around somewhere that you can scrounge up, whether it's in the couch cushions or, you know, sell your cat or sell something on eBay. That car that's in the driveway that you were planning on fixing that you probably should just sell on Craigslist. $400, JIC bag, $150 per token potential. If you don't got a JIC bag, what are you doing? And that's just pTGC. And you could actually, hey, I'm going to go follow this dude. Follow me. Thanks, Chris. Like, follow me so I can DM you. Okay, I'm going to follow you. You got to, I bet you're following me. We're going to find out. Hex Chris. Hex Chris. Giving Alpha. You do follow me. Well, what am I not following you for? There you go. You got 2,753. I'm going to catch up with you by the end of October. Okay, I'm going to catch up and pass you if I can. I'm just razzing you, dude. Just having fun. Okay. There's another guy I need to follow. Let's get on track. Very banana. So we talked about the differences, but here's some more differences. We actually haven't talked about the differences. Okay, here are the major differences between pTGC and UFO. Like some of the megas. Well, it's the differences in, yeah, this is the major differences. pTGC, they're both fee-based tokens. Okay, so pTGC is 5%, UFO is 6%. pTGC's LP is burnt, UFO's is user provided. pTGC is 23 months old, UFO is 17. pTGC has burned 12.6% of the tokens. A UFO has burned 8.4. pTGC has 16,000 wallets, UFO has 6,300. UFO is the most undervalued of the two tokens, in my estimation. and many other people's estimation. I hear it all the time. UFO is underestimated. Underestimated, undervalued, underappreciated. The poor little UFO tokens. Just wait till PulseChain runs. We'll find out which one of these beasts is the best beast. Would have been the best beast to go all in on. Maybe it's both. Maybe they'll reach parity. Who knows? But you can buy 5 times more supply of UFO right now than you can pTGC. That means pTGC JIC bag $400. UFO JIC bag, $80. Million UFO, $80 or something like that. I haven't checked it in a couple weeks, but that's probably close. Here's the liquidity totals, guys. pTGC, now this was in August. pTGC has, there's the liquidity, okay? In the gold, that's the liquidity with RH cores. UFO, that's its liquidity in RH cores. And it has 15 million total. pTGC has 10 million total. So that's the difference in liquidity totals. That's one of the reasons we are so bullish on UFO. It has thicker liquidity. And by the way, when users buy UFO, they can pair their UFO with RH tickers. So we really don't know how much more LP UFO can have, because as we go up, people are going to be, well, of course, people are going to be taking profits, but other people are going to be coming in and pairing with UFO. And make sure you pair on the DApp, on the D app, like when you reset, like when I got to remember to tell you guys, when you reset, always use the DApp. If you go straight to PulseX to pair your UFO, you're going to get wrecked because you're not going to be receiving the rewards. And you just have to unpair and then go do it on the DApp. All right, so please use the DApp for that. Here are the fees. When you buy these, buy them from a wallet that you want to keep them on. pTGC 5%, UFO 6%. pTGC 2% goes to the DAO, 1% to holders, 1% to stakers, 0.5% burns the tokens, 0.5% pairs with Pulse and pTGC and sends those to the burn address. So pTGC has a bucket ton of burned PLP tokens. We say that effectively pTGC's LP is burned. UFO, 3% goes to LP providers, 1% to holders, 1% burns UFO, and 1% burned pTGC. So UFO burns more of itself, and it burns 1% of pTGC. So UFO is an incredible benefit asset to pTGC. I'm just going to tell you. I'm about to go open my door because I'm getting a little bit warm. Oh, yeah, I had that pulled up. I'm going to go open the door once I get my eyes fixed on what I'm doing. We talked about the fees. Now we're going to talk about rewards and volume. Okay, so hold on one second, guys. I'm going to close my blinds too, so it'll take me an extra second. Oh, come on. When that afternoon sun comes in, it makes it warms it up in here. Okay, so we are rewarded in the Gray's currencies based on volume. So the volume is great today. And then one of the reasons I get so excited about the volume, just cooling my head down, is because that's where we get rewarded. If you guys want to go to look into pTGC and go to the dashboard, you can see where dividends, where the fees, the 5% fee for pTGC, where it's distributed whenever we have transactions and how it's all stacked up. I'm not going to take the time to show you guys. You can go there on your own. Look into ptgc.com. Volume is very important. Now, for the same amount of volume, you might get different rewards because of price. So if we have, say we have $100,000 in volume on pTGC and UFO, they're both going to be the same. $100,000 of volume. If the price is high, you're going to get fewer tokens. If the price is low, you're going to get more tokens. I hope that makes sense. It took me a lot of times to figure this out. If the price is high, out of that $100,000 of volume, the contract can only buy so many pTGC. But if the price is low, it can still only buy so many pTGC, but it can buy more when the price is low. So it's going to distribute more to holders like you and I. So we want high volume, and we also want, we do want high price, honestly, but we want low price, high volume to increase the tokens. And then after that, we don't really care about volume. No, we do. But price can go up, and the tokens that we've earned appreciate in value. So if price goes up to 10x, the tokens that we earned did 10x. That's pretty cool. Of course it is. Of course it's cool. It's the greatest Currencies, which, by the way, are alien tech. And we're going to talk about pTGC's alien tech, which is more going in than coming out. And what I'm going to talk about, of the 5% for each transaction, the 5% fee, which is more like a community fee. It's not a management fee. It's like a community fee. Of the 5%, 2% goes to the DAO, which always does something wise and benevolent with it. It's always burning tokens or pairing. 2% goes to the DAO. 1%, 0.5% burns tokens, and 0.5% added to LP. That's three out of the 5. And then 1% goes to holders, 1% to stakers. Okay. So you got 3 coming in and 2 going out. And here's my graphical representation of that. So you have a net 20% that comes in and will never leave. Do you guys catch that? A net 20% that comes in of the 5% fee that will never leave. 20%. That's alien tech. Alien tech. Let's talk about the fees. It's time for the fees. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We're going to talk about the DAO. So what does separate pTGC from every other token on PulseChain? That's not a DAO. And UFO, it's that DAO. The DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization that's comprised of everyone that stakes pTGC. The top 100 stakers can submit proposals, and they can submit proposals for, hey, I want to do a marketing campaign. They can submit proposals for, hey, I want to LP with time token. They can say, hey, I want to burn pTGC. They can do it. They can submit a proposal for anything they want. And then and then it's got to pass with, I think it's 60% or is it 65%? Maybe somebody can answer me. I think it's 65% got to pass. Once a proposal passes, the proposer receives the PLS, which is never more than 100 million, to execute the proposal. If he or she were to misbehave, that wallet would be blacklisted, not in the contract, but it would be blacklisted in the community, and they would never pass another proposal again. And we only want legitimate proposals proposed, because if it's something stupid and it gets voted down, then it locks up that PLS for another week. So that's kind of a little background on the DAO. But what the DAO does for pTGC is it gives it flexibility to where it can be like a ship on the sea, not a train on a track. There's a train on the track and go forward and back, but it has no flexibility to go anywhere else but up and down the track. But a boat on the sea, it can circumnavigate. It can go around obstacles. You know, it has a lot more flexibility. So that DAO gives pTGC the ability to pivot with market changes and snatch up opportunities, because the DAO, just like any good investor, is hodling. It's hodling PulseChain right now. It's got like, I don't know how many billion. It might have like 15 billion Pulse in the treasury that it can use at any minute, you know. And by the way, guys, we're at the middle of September. Shaka Vibes wants me to drop my address in here because he is so generous. He wants to reward me. He's very happy with the work that I've been doing. And he's like, $1,000. I'll contribute $1,000. You guys contribute whatever you can up to 1,000. And we're up to $100 so far. I'm just going to be real straight with you guys. I don't want you to send any more than 1,000. I'm good, guys. I'm good. Sure. Like everybody, more is better, but I'm good. God has been really good to me, and I'm excited about what's coming. But if you want to contribute, there's my wallet address ending in ED36, and you can send. And at the end of September, I'm gonna go in there and be like, okay, Shaka, I got this much. Now send me the equal amount. Not exactly like that. He's such a good guy. I appreciate his generosity. He is a generous guy. Let's just leave it at that. So if you guys want to contribute, I mean, hey, let me know if I'm monetized now for some reason. That'd be really cool to know about. I went and tried to fix it last week, and hopefully it gets fixed. They said 5 days, so I could be monetized. I'm not sure. But then you guys can give me super chats, which is a lot easier, except this is direct to me and bypasses YouTube. So YouTube probably don't like that. Now, one of the things that got me super, super excited about pTGC when I got into it was the bot activity. And this is what the bots is the secret sauce. It is a secret sauce. This is the technology. The DAO was just added on. The DAO is an add-on. The fee, how the fees are distributed, you know, that alien tech, that's cool, but that's just an add-on. The true tech in pTGC and UFO is the bot activity. What are you talking about? On PulseChain and Ethereum, you've got AMM bots, automated market maker bots that are balancing out liquidity pairs throughout the network. And the bots is what allowed, I'm trying to word it right. But I'm just going to have to say it. The founder found a way to create demand. Richard Hart tried it. Many other people have tried it. They're like, how? Okay, I can reduce the token supply, but how do I create demand? And Zen figured it out. He must have got a message from the Grays because he figured out that the bots can create volume. How do they do it? Well, they got to pay the fee just like you and I do. I mean, we could have excluded them from having to pay the fee, but we included them. So every time there is, and because pTGC and UFO are index tokens, we're bonded with all these different tokens. And when they go out of alignment, the bots got to come in and fix and bring them back into alignment, buying and selling pTGC and other assets. But when they buy and sell pTGC, they're paying the fee. Sorry, not tax. And when they pay the fee gets distributed to you and I. It comes straight into our wallet. So that, and guys, if you've ever read, I bet at least one of you got put a one in the chat. If you read Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, put a one in the chat. I'm going to put a one in the chat. That's a good book, guys. When you understand that the middle class buy doodads, they buy RVs, boats, stuff that goes down in value, make payments on it, and the rich buy assets that cash flow month to month or whatever. The rich buy assets. When I saw pTGC, that it is a cash flowing machine that doesn't, it uniquely cash flows because it's paying you every single minute of every single day because of the bots, which will never shut down. They'll never stop. There is always going to be network activity as long as we have a PulseChain, and it's completely autonomous, completely, how do you put it? You don't have to pay these bots. They don't wake up in the morning and go to work. They're always at work. You don't got to pay their taxes. They're just always working. And when I saw that, I was like, I am in, baby. I'm in. Hi, TS Pedro. It's good to see you. Let's go to the DApp. It's time for that. It's time for go to the DApp. All right. I'm going to get a sip of water. I hope, guys, let me know in the chat and just you guys, okay, man to man, tell me. I mean, we've been on for an hour. Have I added value or should I stay more on task, more on track because we're finally getting to the DApp? I don't want to be it's not my intention to be a showboat and, I really want to deliver stuff, but I think I think that I'm talking too much. And you're not going to hurt my feelings. I'm a guy. I can handle it. All right, let's look at the DApp. Let me get it pulled up. All good. Thank you, TS. And you guys can be honest. Be honest. You know what I want to do is I want to record a video that's like just the guts of this presentation. And then I won't feel so bad. Then I could be like, if you want just the guts, go watch this video. All right, let's go to grades. So what you're gonna want to do. Let's see you hold. Yeah, I always pull the screen up and then I realize I gotta say a couple things. When you hold you can do three things with pTGC. You can hold it, stake it, and lock it. We're gonna talk about all three. And you got to go to the DApp. So I'm going to present this to you as an assumption. Canceled immediately? I don't understand. I'm a guy I can take it canceled immediately. I don't understand. You're the goat. I knew it was a friendly comment. I just didn't understand it. I've seen you around quite a bit. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate all of you guys. I mean, this is a team effort here, guys. I'm not kidding. When you guys comment and stuff, it helps the algorithm, and we're going to bring people into this ecosystem. We. It's not all about me. Let me tell you, it's us. So let's do it. So I'm assuming you hold pTGC. If you don't, I can show you at the end how to buy it, but I'll just tell you now. Go to PulseX before I forget. Go to PulseX. I think it's pulsex.com. Connect your wallet. You got to have Pulse. Swap your Pulse for pTGC. Before you do that, set your settings. Set your slippage to 6% for pTGC, 7% for UFO. Okay, and get the contract address off of Dex Screener or the website. He's being sarcastic, like you're canceled immediate. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. You guys are cracking me up. Oh, we do. By the way, we do need some people to step up and start streaming. So I want some competition. I can't be the only guy on PulseChain streaming about the grays. No, but I'm serious, guys. And I know that there's at least one guy, maybe two, that are actually like thinking about it. And I will help you get started. And now is a great time to get in. You're gonna get so many followers, so many subs, and it's a great time. It's work though. It is work, but I can help you get started. Speaking of getting started, so connect your wallet to. Let me get the correct wallet connected. Let me get the correct wallet connected. Okay, this is my experimental wallet. And thank you for clearing that up, Hex Chris, by the way. Ecosystem goes up 100x. There should be a lot of newly retired peeps with more time. Yes, you got it, NJ Dub. You got it. I'm looking forward to it. Just like in Hex's run. There were so many Hex streamers because they'd made it. They're like, they calling in rich. And then what do? They want to tell the whole world about what made them rich, and they're starting YouTube channels. And guess where everybody comes into crypto? Right there, YouTube. So where am I trying to meet them? YouTube, TikTok, not Twitter. I mean, Twitter's all the crypto people. Okay. So you're going to go over here and you can, this is where you can, and click on the staking tab, guys. Click on the staking tab. And if you hold liquid pTGC in your wallet, you can click the stake TGC and stake however much is liquid. Right now, I only have 5,000 liquid, so you can select however much you want. And then, you know, once you know how much you want to stake, hit confirm. And as long as your wallet is connected, you can, excuse me, guys, just, you know, transact in your wallet and you'll have staked pTGC. And it shows you right here the amount staked. I have an even million because this is an experiment. And this is the claimable from staking. You can stake one stake per wallet, but you can add to it and you can claim your rewards at any time by hitting claim. You can withdraw the stake or end the stake at any time also, but you will pay 1% that goes to all 1% of your principal, which goes to all of the other stakers. Okay. All right. Am I missing anything else? Oh, there is no time frame on a stake. Notice you're not selecting a time frame. So you can leave your stake forever and ever and ever and continue to earn rewards that you can claim. And when you claim, they go from the contract to your wallet and start earning reflections. That's cool. Or you can claim them to your wallet and sell them, whatever you want to do. You can claim them, you go to your wallet, you can stake them, and then you can lock them. Staking is the prerequisite for locking, which we're going to talk about next. But again, if you want to withdraw or end your stake, you're going to pay 1% of your principal, which goes to all the other stakers. And the ROI time, it all depends on price appreciation and volume. Like how many rewards did you earn from that stake? And that varies. That can vary very much. It can be like I estimated 100 to 200 days for my book. That's what I estimated. Okay, let's before we go into staking, let's look at this question or statement. Most people think they talk too much on stream, but all people want is for you to just keep talking. Consuming content is what it's all about. Self-deprivation is part of the imposter theory. It's not true. I'm going to run that through. Just going to tell you exactly. I'm humbling myself. I'm going to run that through ChatGPT so I can get the gist of it, because I'm on stream and I really need to think about that one. So I'm going to run it through ChatGPT after stream. Appreciate that comment. Sound like you're trying to help. Imagine that, Prairie Banana needing help. Okay, staking. That's staking in a nutshell. One stake per wallet. Locking is the next step. And that one, like staking is a no-brainer at this point in the cycle. Because I think with volume and price appreciation, you're going to ROI really quick. And I have to be careful about giving financial advice. This is not financial advice. I staked stuff like last week or a few weeks ago. I forget. Okay. And without hesitation, because I believe we're going to get a lot more volume and price appreciation. So I anticipate ROIing on the 1% that it's going to cost me to end the stake. Okay. Locking is a different animal. You can lock tokens and you got to lock them for a time period. I always try to be like talk perfect, and I just have to be okay with not talking perfect. There are lockup periods from 90 days up to 10 years. There's a lot to the locking. Like we're going to spend most of our time. We're spending a lot of time on pTGC. We're going to spend a little time on UFO, and then we'll wrap it up. But the locking is the most complicated. It's really not complicated, but it's a commitment. And you need to think about it before you lock. Like, do you want to lock 90 days or do you want to lock 10 years or somewhere in between? even at this point in the cycle, like I did some 90-day locks 2 weeks ago without, well, I did hesitate. I did. I thought about it. I'm like, okay, September, October, November. So on Thanksgiving weekend, I got some locks due. I don't think the cycle will be over Thanksgiving weekend. I don't think so. I could be wrong. I could be absolutely wrong. It was speculation. It was a chance. I'm taking a chance, but I want every single token that I can earn. So I locked up some rewards that I've been gaining all year. But when you lock, you got to lock for a time period. When you fulfill that time period, nothing happens. Nothing happens. You can stay in the lock and you'll continue earning tokens. Now you have the option to end your lock early, but when you do that, if you do that, you will forfeit 30% of your principal. 30%. Don't ask me where the number 30 came from, but it's a big number, is it not? So locking is a commitment. Here is the locking tiers. 90 days. A 90-day lock, you're going to keep 55% of the tokens. Like let me show you the rewards after we go through this. Your rewards that are sitting in your wallet, just like the staking rewards, they're in the contract. When you claim them, like if you have a 90-day lock, when you claim those tokens, 55% of the tokens go to your wallet, 45% go to the dead address, which reduces the supply, increases the price, all that happy, good stuff. If you lock 10 years, you keep 100%. When you claim those tokens, you keep 100%. Now, what was I going to say on that? What was I going to say? Time lock tier system. Oh, 2 things about locking. I actually did lock some big bags, but if I thought about it, I would have broken up into smaller ones, which I did later on. So I got a lot of smaller bags. And then the other thing is, if you lock one day into the next higher tier, you will earn from that tier. So if you lock like 9 years and 7 days, get yourself well into, 7 days into the next tier just to be safe, then you will earn from that tier, which is genius. And if you lock up, smaller bags instead of one big one, you're a streamer, dude. If you lock up smaller bags, if you nuke one, you're paying the penalty on one bag, not your entire bag. Okay. So badly when I first started. Yeah. Drop your YouTube in the chat, if you would, please, Hex Chris. You must be a Hex kid. I wonder if you're one of those guys who retired on Hex and started streaming about Hex. Okay, so locking. Let's go back to the DApp. I'm going to show you the rewards. Here are the rewards that I've earned from this lock right here, and I claimed all of them in February, so I've earned 5,161 tokens since February. And then I can claim these tokens. When I do, they go straight to my wallet and start earning reflections, just like when you're claiming staking rewards. Then you can unlock, which I'm not going to do because this lock is 10 years and I would pay 30% of the principal, which goes to all the other lockers. I didn't mention that before. When you forfeit 30%, it goes to all of the other lockers. And that is pTGC's superpower, and it's user-centric. User-centric, you and me. As lockers get rewarded when other people end their locks early. And it happens not all the time, but to the tune of about 400 million pTGC every month is unlocked, emergency unlocked. And, 30% of that goes to all of the holders, and the rewards could be juicy. We're going to talk about it. Give me a second. All right, now what I did, hi Lemonade, it's good to see you, is I built I broke my locks into 3 different categories. This is how I kind of looked at it. I know there's only staking, I know there's only like a locking ladder. It's like, let me just tell you what I did. I did 10-year locks. Those are like the big ones. And then I did locking ladder. So anywhere from 1 year to 9 years. And I did mine exactly one day into the next higher tier. I should have done 7, but I hadn't got that idea yet. But I think I'm fine. So I have a locking ladder. I have 10-year locks, which are aggressive. And I will be rewarded by those heavily as we go up in the cycle, I hope, as long as people are ending their locks early. And I do agree with the speculation that people will be ending their locks, especially if as we go up. And the other thing that I did was 90-day locks. My 90-day locks, not the ones I did most recently, but the ones I did at the turn of the year when I set this all up for myself, those 90-day locks became mature in April. And those locks are special. They're a little bit that has been designated as profit for taking home. So I did 90-day locks. I did a locking ladder, annual locking ladder, and I did 10-year locks. The 10 years was 88% of my bags. The ladder was 8%. Yeah, they're not super big bags. And then the 90 days was 4%. Yeah, small. If you saw my locking ladder, it's not very impressive. The 10-year locks I'm happy with those, but I gotta wait a long time, man. It's gonna be a long time until I can do anything with those, but they're gonna reward me along the way. Because here's the thing: there's a big difference between reflections, staking, and locking rewards. And here it is. The reflections and staking are based on volume. Remember, I told you $100,000 in volume, and you're gonna earn based on that $100,000 in volume. And when price is high, the contract's going to send you the same value, but in fewer tokens. When price is low, it's going to send you the same value, but in more tokens. That's how reflections work. That's how the staking and locking. No, that's how the holding and staking works. It's based on the volume and the price of the tokens. Yeah, I had never articulated it like that before. But the locking is completely different. The locking is not based on the volume or the price of the tokens. It's not at all. It's based on like the rewards, like what you get as a locker. It's only based on how much somebody nukes, okay, 30%, and how much of the locking pool you have. So if somebody early end locks a 100 million pTGC bag, they are going to forfeit 30 million, which goes to all of the other lockers. If you hold a 1% position of the locking pool, you would receive what? 30 million? I shouldn't have picked 30 million. What's 1% of 30 million? 300,000? I think that's 300,000. You would receive 300,000 pTGC. What's 300,000 pTGC right now? A couple $100. Less than that, less than a couple $100. What if pTGC goes to 10, 50 cents, $1, $5 or more? Now that 300,000 pTGC for your 1% position of the locking pool starts looking much more attractive as price goes up, right? And that is how the rewards work in locking. It's not based on volume and price. It's based on token quantity in your position of the locking pool solely. So I'm excited about the reflections and the staking rewards. Oh, by the way, when you're locked, you're getting your staking rewards and your reflection at the same time. So it's a high risk, time commitment with a big penalty. But think about it this way too. Let's say you put $1,000 in pTGC and you locked it for 10 years. And then you do a 10x. So your grand went to 10 grand and you got it all locked up. Like you didn't make it to my stream and you locked it up in a big bag. Like, oh, nuts. I want access to this capital. I'm going to nuke my lock and unstake and sell. Let's get into that. So you nuke your lock, you forfeit 30% of your bag, goes to all the other lockers. Oh, and by the way, you're still up. Well, you turned $1,000 into 10,000. So let's do the math on that. You turned $1,000 into 10,000, and you're nuking 30% right off the bat. But then you're going to end your stake, because if the people that are unlocking, what are they going to do? They're not just going to unlock. They have a reason. They're going to unlock, they're going to unstake, they're going to sell or move to another wallet. Here's how it works. They're going to unlock and forfeit 30%. That's 30. Then they're going to unstake. That's 1%. That's 31%. Then they're going to move or sell, and that's 5%. So they're forfeiting 36% of their bag, not just 30%. Wow. I mean, you got to think about that. So it's really not. So you put in 1,000, you run it up to 10,000, and then you're actually going to nuke 36%. So, whatever 30.36 times 10,000, 36. So you're nuking 3,600 actually. But then, as a locker like I am, I'm getting a piece of that 30%, a piece of the 1%, and then a piece of the 5%. Yeah. That is so interesting. Cool system. Cool system. Very cool. Does anybody have any questions? This is a safe place for you guys to ask any questions about the Grace currencies. So, paste them up, paste them in, whatever, type them in, ask your questions. Let me make sure I'm on track here. Yeah, we did that. Hold up. Talk about different between, okay, we did that. All right, let's talk about UFO. You can do two things with UFO. You can hold it and you can LP it. You cannot stake it. Okay. You can hold it and you can LP it. Give me a second. It's on the same DApp, PulseTGC.com. Select. So here's the staking portion for the Grays, pTGC. Here is the UFO section. UFO token. Select UFO token. And again, I'm talking about from a position of I hold UFO in my wallet and I want to see where I can see my rewards, and I'm considering LPing some UFO. So if you wanted to LP, I'll show you. This is where you can see your rewards. But for now, let's say you want to create an LP. So select UFO liquidity pools. Let's talk about these. There are 7 pools that you can LP tokens in. I do not recommend this one because you will pay the UFO fee and the pTGC fee entering that pool and exiting that pool. This pool, the UFO PLS pool, you will pay the UFO fee exiting that pool. All other pools, as long as you LP from this DApp, your UFO will not be charged the fee. Okay. It does not matter what LP you enter, they all will reward the same. All right, let's look at this one. I have an LP. I have a UFO PLS LP set up. If you want to add liquidity, it's very simple. Select add liquidity. And however much you want to add, the PulseX V2 is going to select equal amounts of each side for you. Okay, so you can select max PLS or max UFO. See, if I hit max UFO, it's going to be like, okay, you have insufficient PLS. Okay, let's do max PLS and then so on. And then you can also, you can get, let's say I just want to do 500 PLS. That's how, excuse me, that's how much UFO you need. Then select add new liquidity. And then once you're done, sign it in your wallet. And then like what I would do is go back to UFO token, select UFO PLP rewards. and then come over here. And this is where you can see rewards. And this is where you can see your LPs also. See, here's that LP that I made some time ago. It was actually in May of 2024. But this is the part of the DApp where you can see your reflections, because UFO rewards are in the reflection rewards are in UFO, but the LP rewards are in PLS. So this is what I've earned in UFO for holding 1 million UFO, or 46,000. And I've earned 59,000 PLS for LPing UFO. You can claim your rewards here, or if you have multiple LPs, you can claim them all at the same time by selecting this button. Notice one thing here. UFO shares, 1 million. This LP has 1 million UFO shares. The UFO shares are a reflection, an exact reflection of how much UFO you put into the pool. I put 1 million UFO into this LP. So I have 1 million UFO shares. The UFO shares is what determines your position in the in the LP pool, and it determines your rewards. Your UFO shares will never change. They don't. Now, your impermanent loss in that pair will change for every minute of the day. And you can go see it on PulseX V2. Connect your wallet and you'll see how much UFO. And there's probably 400,000 UFO in that pair right now, because people have valued since I made this LP, they have valued the UFO more than the PLS. And so they've been buying my UFO, which is a bit of a bummer. It's a little bit of a bummer. I mean, you need to understand that when you enter an LP, you are going to end up with less or more of the tokens that you put in there. That came out wrong. Like, let's say you love UFO, you might end up with less UFO. You probably will, because UFO is going to go bananas in this cycle. But you always retain your value of the tokens in there. But the thing of it is, the UFO shares remain fixed. They will never change. Now, if you like this has 400,000 UFO in it right now. If I unpaired it, I'd have 400,000 UFO. And if I decided, whoops, I want the UFO shares, and if I wanted to repair it, then I'd have to pair it again. But then I'd be down to 400,000 UFO shares, and it's the shares that determine your rewards. So I did a little experiment with UFO shares, and I rounded it up to 1 billion shares, right? Just to make it more in line with what people are buying today. You know, people aren't buying 1 million UFO. They're buying, 10 or 100 or 1 billion UFO. So the current UFO value was $10,000, and the current PLS value was $10,000. Now I unpaired it. Okay. Now the cost to regain, because I'd have to see I started with 1 billion shares, and the UFO went down to 261 million. And then I'm like, okay, I want my 1 billion shares back. Well, I'd have to buy 739 million, and that would cost me 29,000. So basically, the value of this, the value of this LP is the cost to regain the shares plus the current value. Whoa. I think that's right, guys. What do you guys think? Give me a thumbs up or a 1 in the comments. I think the value of this, I'm going to talk to Zen about this. I'm going to talk about this on Spaces tomorrow. I think that's the value. I only put in, what was it? 3.2 thousand. Yeah, I'm with you, TS. I think the value is the current value plus the cost to regain shares. That's how I'm going to go with it, man. Yes, because somebody that wanted to come in and get this UFO shares, they would have, let's look at this. They would have to pay 10,000 for each side plus the 29,000 for each side. Yeah. Okay. I love that, man. So the OG Genesis LPers, at which you guys are close. If you're getting in now, I mean, you guys are, UFO is still inexpensive. We're at the bottom of PulseChain. RH tickers are inexpensive. UFO shares are inexpensive. I don't, sure, my LP is older and I got in for a little bit cheaper, but you guys have an opportunity that I think we're all going to look back on and be like, man, I wish I would have and I could have and wish I did. You know, all that. I don't know. I hope you guys got some UFO shares. Like in this ecosystem, I want exposure to everything. And just by the grace of God, I've got exposure to everything. Let's talk about, okay, we did that. And just let me get on track here, guys. Let me expand my notes here. Oh, we talked about this, right? If a token runs up that you're paired with, and I'm going to try to keep an eye on this more so now, like especially after our experience with eHex. I put a post out today, like, guys, I even did a voice memo in the main Telegram. Guys, if you have an eHex UFO LP, eHex is running up against UFO. Go to PulseTGC and see how many shares you have. Then go to PulseXV2 and see how many shares you have or how many UFO you have. If you have more UFO in your wallet in that LP than UFO shares, you can unpair and repair and make you some more money. Go. Yeah, this is serious. This is crypto. And this is a little, I don't know that it was worked into the contract on purpose this way. But it is. It's there. And you guys can, I did it with Ink last year when Ink ran up. And I'm hoping PDI will run up because I want to unpair, because I've got some pairs with PDI. And I want to unpair those and make some more UFO shares. Okay, we did that. Hey, guys, I think we're into the moon math section. You guys ready for some moon math, or do we already do it? We already talked about. Now we're gonna go through all the moon math because I want to show you guys the locking. Locking is a superpower, guys. Matter of fact, I'm going to skip that slide. Locking is a superpower, and LPing UFO is a superpower. I'm just going to let you know. pTGC and UFO each have their own superpower and alien tech. There you go. pTGC's superpower is the locking. UFO's superpower is the UFO shares, which is user-centric, and it has its thickest LP with pTGC. There you have it. There you go. Let's get over to the DApp. I need to log in. Bear with me. Get logged in. We're going to go through the moon math, and then we're going to hit the road, guys. We're going to hit the road and go do something productive. Not like this ain't productive, especially if you're new. My chat is open to any questions, and I've had a lot of people come in here asking questions, and I love a good question. We can leave the 99 and go after that one, and I'm happy. I am happy to do that. Truly. All right, let's go to the moon math calculator. Give me a second. Moon math. How many X's do you think PulseChain can do? Somebody tell me. Somebody tell me how many X's. Somebody tell me how many X's PulseChain is gonna do. How many is it gonna do? Or what do you think it's gonna do? Oh, before we do that, we're gonna put a number in here, which is the X factor. In the last year, pTGC is up against 50. T.S. Pedro, you're bearish today. 50. TS Pedro, you know we got 1 million marketing devices about to hit mailboxes. I'm going to ask you to, I've never done this before. I'm going to ask you to increase your number. Think about this massive, never been done before marketing campaign, TS. And you weren't here. I think you weren't here. This could be $2.4 billion of buy pressure. And that doesn't account for sell pressure, but it would send, I think the math was 70,000. It was a 70,000 X on PulseChain. If 2% of the respondents did put in $12,000 each, and not counting any other organic growth of the network, just response from the mailers, would send PulseChain 70,000 X, and pTGC like 350,000 X. I've gotten too comfortable saying those massive numbers. I will be the first to admit. 300 to 500, going once, going twice. Does anybody else have any other comments? We're going 400. So the X factor, which is one of the two numbers that we're going to do in there, we're all trying to stay conservative. Yeah, it's difficult. That's difficult because the mailers are, that marketing material gives us another level of certainty, if I may put it that way, for X's on PulseChain. They have really leveled up, in my mind, the certainty for X's. Yeah. But it's all speculation. I'll be the first to admit it's all speculation. The X factor is, how many X's does pTGC go up against PulseChain? Well, in the last year, it's up 8X, 8.5X. I mean, it's down a little bit. It was up over 10 in ratio last week, and it's 8.3 right now. So it's up 8X against PulseChain in the last year. So let's do a conservative 4X. So in the time that PulseChain does a 400X, pTGC for this scenario does a 4X. So that's 4 times 400, which is 1600X times the current price. I'm giving you guys the formula. We're going to use this calculator. It does it all for us. Thank you, Crypto Kong. We're going to look at the pTGC PLS pair. And by the way, the numbers would apply to UFO also. X factor of 4. And I'm going to tell you guys, from my perspective, that is conservative. And then 400X for PLS, because the mailing campaign was a flop and there was so much sell pressure and nuclear war broke out. I'm kidding. And that would send the price, 1600X would send the price of pTGC to 60 cents. Okay, 60 cents. There's your 60 cent pTGC. I know for a fact there would be a lot of millionaires and Deca and Centa millionaires and probably billionaires in the pTGC Grays ecosystem. And I want you to be included in that number. Shaq O'Neal, PulseX would do 50X to 100X. Please, let's be a bit serious. 400X for Pulse is way, way too much. We are late in the cycle. Okay. I hope you're wrong. You want to be right, but do you want to be right? I'm just razzing, dude. No, that's a fair. I mean, I value your opinion. I mean, everybody's got an opinion, and that one is, you are correct. We're late in the cycle. 400X for Pulse is way too much. Let's do 100X. Can we do 100X, Shaq? What do you want to do? What do you want? Let's do 75, because you told me it's 50 to 100X. All right. Let me get this pulled up. Shaq O'Neal. I've seen you around. So that's we're going to do the 4X. And then we're going to do 75X for Pulse. That would put pTGC at, that'd be what, 300? Yeah, 300x, 11 cents. 300x for pTGC. 100x is way, way more realistic. My timing is impeccable. Boom! 100x. There you go. I mean, the one I just put in there is close to 100x. So that makes it a 10-cent pTGC, guys. I've got a buddy. He's like, and he's in a mastermind group. And I'm talking about not mastermind group like you and I guys. And I don't really know you guys, but these like, they're like very wealthy people. And he's like, my group, we've looked at pTGC and we think we're going to be waving goodbye at 10 cents on our way to $1. That's what he said. And the math backs him up. And I love the marketing campaign. That's just going to send all of PulseChain, in my opinion. I always said pTGC will be around 15 to 25% max. Okay. I would accept that. But I hope you're wrong. I want more. No, it's all good, dude. Investors waiting for 50 cents or $1 USD will be really, really wrecked like usual. Yeah, it could happen. Yep. Like usual. We all. Now that's, you see, Shaq O'Neal is the voice of reason in the chat. Thank you for showing up today. You are the voice of reason. All right. So there's our, I'll be the first to admit, Shaq, I'm the moon guy. I'm the Mooney. But you are the voice of reason. I appreciate your comments, really, because it helps tone it down. It's like, pray banana, tone it down a little bit. We ain't doing no 10,000x. Well, maybe. anywhere between 75x and 10,000x. No lower, no higher. Let's look at another calculator. Let's look at the reflections calculator. Calca. You think that's funny? I'm glad you think that's funny. All right, guys. Let's say we're going to look at the reflections calculator. Let's say you have 100 million pTGC. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did I get it right? There we go. Okay. Got 100 million pTGC in here. And we're going to see what the reflections are for 100 million pTGC. Oh, did I hit? I don't think oh, experimental mode right here. It's been a while. But come on, 300x to 500x is very good for 99% of investors. The rest is dreamers wanting to become millionaires with 500 USD investment. Yeah. You know. Yeah, it happened with Hex. It did, you know, where you throw in 100 if you caught the very bottom. And if you exited at the very top, it's $1 million. 100 becomes $1 million. But yeah, you're right. 500x is very good for 99% of investors. Yeah, life-changing gains, man. That's what we're here for, life-changing gains. But just don't get wrecked like Shaq O'Neal admonished everybody. Don't get wrecked waiting for that life-changing gains and not take some profit along the way to change your life. You know, yeah, just use your head, guys. I don't know what that's going to look like. Everybody's situation is different. Who got the 10,000x? Like 11 persons, apparently. Like, really? Apparently? You're probably right. Because you really had to get that bottom and exit that top. So you're probably right. It's probably like less than a dozen people actually pulled that off. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's interesting, man. It literally did a 10,000x, but it doesn't mean everybody did a 10,000x because that's not how it works. But we're still going to use that to pitch. All right. Okay, so 100 million pTGC. We're doing the bullish $10 million in volume. That would put $89 of yield into your wallet every single day. $89 of volume into your of pTGC in your wallet every single day. What would that look like for UFO? UFO, 100 million. Well, let's do 500 million because you can buy 5 times as many UFOs as you can pTGC. That would put $54 into your wallet every single day. Sweet. Yeah. Who buys the total bottom and sells the real top? I'll tell you who. Richard Hart. He's about the only one, and probably less than a dozen, like you said, of others. Yeah, that's true. Okay, hold on, guys. I think the colors of that site changed. It's now purple. I don't know if it actually was purple before, but now it's purple. Let's go to the locking calculator. And this is my favorite. Yeah, but he is worth 11 billions. Yeah, probably more. I think he's worth over 30 billion. That in my estimation, he's worth over 30 billion. He's got like, did he say he has 30,000 or is it 300,000 Bitcoin? And when Bitcoin was 110,000, that was 30 billion. I did the math on the Bitcoin that I saw him state on a video that he claims that he has. And I think in the same breath, he's like, I don't like Bitcoin. He got $30 billion worth of Bitcoin. So, yeah. Yeah, no worries, man. Yeah, so that's just his Bitcoin. The dude's worth what? Okay, I've got a friend. He told her, and this is several years ago, before Bitcoin's at 110,000. He told her without blushing and without bragging, I couldn't spend all the money I got in my whole life. Yeah, man. The top for Hex in 2021 was when the average Squid T shares position had $1 million. True. Hope we can achieve the same for pTGC this cycle. Yeah. $1 million in T share holdings. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was about that. Yeah. Hex. Hex. I love Hex. Let's look at the locking calculator. Now remember, when people end their locks early, that's when lockers get rewarded. You don't get rewarded every single day from lockers. It just doesn't happen. Sometimes it'll be a little smidge of locking rewards. Sometimes it's a lot. It's very random compared to reflections and staking rewards. You know, most L1 always reach 80 billion to 100 billion market cap. Man, what's the market cap of PulseChain right now? If you guys can tell me, I'm curious. I really don't know, but I should know the market cap of the chain that I'm on. All right, let's look at the locking calculator. Now, we know from history that there has been about 395 million pTGC early and locked in any 30-day period over the last year. Like actually last year. This is old data. But the current data supports the old data because it's about the same. Maybe and we're calling it 400,000. So we're going to put in this calculator here about 400,000. We're going to knock this down to, because it's not 139 anymore, it's 132 billion pTGC is locked up. And let's say you lock up 100 million. And the price is now, we're going to go with Shaq O'Neal's price prediction of 50 cents. And you're in 10-year locks. You would earn 89,000 pTGC or $44,756. Let me say that again. You have 100 million pTGC locked in a 10-year locks. pTGC is now 50 cents. So you out of this 395 million that's unlocked in this 30-day period, and that was the average. So this is all speculation. You take home 89,512. Divide that by 2 because this is 50 cents, and you take home $44,756 worth of pTGC. I see pulse around 0.004 to 0.005 max. The easiest way to call the bottom is to make the bottom. A little pricey, though. Richard Hart. Good deal getting that quote in there. What do you recommend as an intro video tutorial to the grays? Jerry, there is one by, what's the gentleman's name? There's one by Cryptographics, Crypto GRFX on YouTube. And then the other one is Hex Explained or Hexplained. But if you jump into the Telegram, we can get that to you. There's actually one of those links, one of those at, / whatever video, and then it pulls up that video from X Explained. And maybe graphics is in there. If you PM me, Jerry, I will send it to you. I'll send you both those videos if you PM me. Intro video. Yeah. Okay. What do we got? Is that it? Is that a wrap? Do I need to show you guys the price performance? A little bit of the price performance. Let's look at some charts. Hex is 2,500% up against all of those tokens. And that's performance against Pulse. Right? These tokens are actually, this is their performance against Pulse from August to July. Don't waste time. Investors who do not take profit after pTGC does 200x or 300x are just gamblers. Shaq O'Neal, that would put pTGC at 3 if it keeps the same Pulse ratio. Okay. And then pTGC is up against, well, this is all the tokens in USD, again, from August to July. You guys getting some dwell time on that one? You guys got it? Okay, I'm going to click next one. Now here's the market cap performance from August to July. pTGC's market cap is up 1,200%, UFO 780, and so on. Inc is down 10%. I'm not picking on Inc. I'm not picking on any RH tickers. We love Richard Hart. We wouldn't be on this chain if we didn't love Richard Hart, and we love his core assets. We're bonded with them. They are going to do magnificently well, and they're going to push or drag pTGC and UFO up with them. Now, here's pTGC's performance against the cores in the core asset terms. So pTGC in WPLS terms is up about 3,000% from August to July. Against PulseX is up about 1,800%, and so on. UFO is outperforming the cores from August to July, and you can see that. And there's an experiment that we built. We do a lot of experimenting in the grays. It's an incredible ecosystem. If you don't have exposure to the grays, may I encourage you to get exposure to the grays. I mean, if I didn't have any, I would get exposure to pTGC and UFO. But I also know a lot about I hang my hat here. But I hang my hat here for a good reason. I don't mess. I've got burned, and I've messed around in a lot of other stuff. And a lot of other stuff has ended up in my grays account, if you follow me. And I got to be careful. But yeah, this pTGC and UFO are outperforming everything on the chain. It doesn't mean that it's going to continue. I certainly hope it does. They have a great track record of outperforming. But guys and gals, I think we're going to wrap it up. Oh, one last thing. I just remembered. Hold on. I've got to do my outro. And then there's one last thing. My outro. Where are we in this cycle? We're about, the pTGC and UFO are fine-tuned Lamborghinis sitting at the stoplight revving the engine. We're in first gear, but we haven't engaged the clutch. We might be feathering the clutch with $400,000 in volume on pTGC, but we're not ripping the tires. But once PulseChain runs, we're going to rip the tires, and this is what it's going to look like, guys. pTGC and UFO are going to rip when PulseChain rips. Now, I'm inviting you to join the Gold Circle Space Force. I'm literally going to update my profile picture on Twitter, YouTube, and Telegram right after this, as long as I can get it to work properly. Go to, and here it is. Here's my advertisement. Go to secretobank.com, upload your old, attractive, handsome, whatever your profile picture is, to secretobank.com, and then download the new Gold Circle, because the Gold Circle has improved. Remember, guys, it's better now. So it's going to be more distinguishable than the old one. You can see the grays and then pTGC and UFO at the bottom. It's in dark, like black letters now, not gold. So it's going to look better. Join the Gold Circle Space Force. That way, whenever we're in these YouTube chats, whenever we're on Telegram or X, people see the gold circle and they understand who you're representing. But I understand that you might have strategic reasons for not doing a gold circle, but I'm all in and I don't have any strategic reasons to not do it. So I'm doing a gold circle. Shaq O'Neal, it's been a pleasure having you in the chat today. NJ Dub, you guys are having a conversation. Jerry, it's good to see you again. Paul, thanks for showing up and contributing. Everybody, this is the end of the stream. Go have a great Sunday evening, and we'll see you around. Let's do some pumping this week. Remember, it's all up to us to buy up the chart and onboard people. All right, guys. We'll see y'all later. Bye.